going on, Jerome? So yes, the Kansas City Chiefs deserve all of the praise and blah, 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 blah. Won 3 Super Bowls in 5 years. Mahomes is approaching GOAT status, if he's not already there, even though Tom Brady is the greatest quarterback of all time. Travis Kelce, also Andy Reid is one of the best as well as one of the most underrated coaches of all time. Right? So respect there. But of course, the Chiefs have this reputation. Oh, are the refs in the Chiefs' bag? Oh, everything goes in their favor. Where I wouldn't say the league is rigged for the Chiefs, but I will say that it seems like a Chiefs call that goes in their favor is never missed. Whereas some teams, it's like 50-50. Who knows, man? But either way, the Chiefs are indeed 11-1, but 9 of their 11 wins this season have been by a single score. So everyone and their mom is talking about, oh, are the Chiefs frauds? And of course, people love talking about how the Vikings are frauds, even though slinging Sammy Darnold, America's quarterback, bringing them back from a deficit against the Cardinals, also game-winning drive in overtime against the Bears on the road, which is hard to do. And a lot of people are talking about, hey, maybe the Vikings are the NFC Chiefs, right? And Nate Burleson, former Nevada Wolfpack, former Vikings legend, number 81, Mr. Retribution for the Poison Pill. I love it, man. So he's calling a spade here, and there was a discussion on CBS Sports on if the Vikings are the NFC Chiefs, but Burleson was very steadfast about his belief in the Vikings. He said this, quote, the Vikings, are a resilient group. They've shown you week in and week out that they know how to win. 6 out of 10 wins decided by less than a touchdown, which means when the moments get a little thick, THICC, they tend to settle down and finish these games out. And that's the thing, too. Like, I don't understand why people see the Vikings winning these close games as a negative. Now, yes, it would be great to win all these games by scoring 52 points, but that's not conceivable. That's not going to happen in the National Football League, where parity is such a thing with the salary cap and blah, 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 and everything. The league wants every single game to come down to a single score. A final drive, right? And finding a way to win where Kevin O'Connell is 24-9 in single score games, that's everything. Because if you know how to win close games with the coaching staff, with the players, and you're used to that, and you find your way to win, guess what? That's going to serve you well, because almost every single game is going to be a close game in this league nowadays, right? So, yes, are the Vikings the NFC version of the Chiefs? Maybe not so much. So the Chiefs have won the Super Bowl in 3 of the last 5 seasons, so you have that respect there. But also, so on one hand, yes, you have to give them their plaudits, like, hey, they find ways to win. But also, hey, if they're the reigning defending Super Bowl champions and they're going for a three-peat, like, shouldn't they be blowing teams up by 20 and 30 points? Where are those? And 7 of the Vikings' 10 wins have been by a single score. Now the difference between talking about 6 and 10 wins by a touchdown is that Indianapolis score where the Vikings won by 8. So whatever. Chiefs 9 to 10 wins by a single score, and also in their key game of the season, the Chiefs lost to Buffalo by 9, and the Vikings lost to Detroit by 2. Which just pick up a first down, man. We're good to go. Yeah, quarterback wise, Sam Darnold's played better than Mahomes. And Mahomes has had a bit of a lost season, throwing all those picks. Quarterback rating is down. But, of course, it's like the Chiefs last year. They were the 3 seed, and everyone was counting them out. And then the Chiefs just like, this is us. Right. And also, you can count the Chiefs' lucky wins, quote-unquote. Baltimore, Cincy, Atlanta, Denver, Carolina, Las Vegas. So Baltimore, if Isaiah Likely wore a shoe size that was half an inch smaller, the Ravens knotted up, going to overtime. Who knows? The questionable officiating at the end of the Bengals game, of course. The Falcons, so they took the game out of Kirk Cousins' hands at the end. They were down 5 deep in Chiefs territory, then they ran it twice. And then, of course, you had the Denver missed field goal. I mean, the Broncos had the Chiefs dead rights that day. They got beat by the Bills. Carolina, I mean, they took Bryce Young and Adam Thielen's best effort, but too much time left. Mahomes won at the end. Respect there. And then, of course, the Raiders and that debacle of the false start illegal shift. So you could easily say that, yes, I mean, the Chiefs have definitely tiptoed through the tulips a lot more than the Vikings, where, the Vikings pretty handily beat the Niners week 2, but the Niners came back at the end, sort of a backdoor situation, and then beat down the Texans, which doesn't so great anymore. And then also the Packers game where the Vikings got out to a 28-0 lead, and then the Packers came roaring back. So whatever. The Jets, I mean, it's sealing at the end. Gilmore with the interception at the end of Aaron Rodgers. Should, could have, would have against the Lions. A bit of a rough game against the Rams. And yes, was there a questionable officiating call that they clearly missed at the end of the game? Yes. Vikings were down by 8, and in their own end zone would have mattered. Who knows, but they still got it wrong. Colts, they overcame some adversity and won. Same thing with Jacksonville, 3 interceptions by Sam Darnold. But over the last 3 games, impressive wins on the road against Tennessee, as well as a division game on the road. So, I mean, the Vikings won by the same score as the Chiefs beat the Panthers that week, 30-27 on the road. And the Vikings is frauds, and the Chiefs stunning and brave. Just amazing, man. And then, of course, yesterday, the comeback win against the Cardinals, just gritty, gutty, getting it done. But, yes, because the Chiefs are Super Bowl champions, they will get the benefit of the doubt that the Vikings don't get at this moment in time. But it's okay. It's okay. Let things shake out. And I know to never count out the Chiefs. People did that last year, and look what happened. And, they're a team that understands that the regular season is whatever, get in the tournament, and then when there's high leverage games, whether it's home or on the road, Mahomes and Andy Reid, like they'll magically get things done. And don't sleep on Spags' defense either. But the Vikings, I would say that right now, objectively, the Vikings are a better team than the Chiefs. Like from soup to nuts, from Mahomes to Darnold all the way down to the 53rd man on the roster and the 16th man on the practice squad, I would say that the Vikings are a better team than the Chiefs. Now, does that matter when you get into the playoffs? Kevin O'Connell and Darnold haven't gone on a playoff run, and of course the Chiefs have been there, done that. And that's the games that really matter. So, being good right now at the beginning of December, I mean, it's kind of a moot point, right? But it's all right. Chiefs keep doing their thing, keep on winning, racking up and stacking up wins. And the Vikings keep on doing what they're doing, and they still might end up the 5 seed. The first 15-2 5 seed in NFL history. All right, but your thoughts are thoughts. Are the Vikings the NFC Chiefs? Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section. You guys know what to do. Skull production value.